Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the fourth International Congress Against Military Bases and War. The Congress is organized by the campaign Stopp Air Base Ramstein with the support of the International Peace Bureau, the International Network No to War, No to NATO, and the European Lab. My name is Kristine Karch, and I'm a member of the coordinating committee of the Stopp Air Base Ramstein campaign and also of the International Coordinating Committee of the Network No to War, No to NATO. Then take place under the conditions of the corona pandemic as a hybrid event. Some participants are sitting here with me in Berlin, other speakers and participants are connected via Zoom. Since 2015, the campaign Stopp Air Base Ramstein is active for closing the airbase. Normally, we are celebrating an action week with a peace camp, peace factory, and workshops, public evening events, demonstrations, human change, concerts, and other smaller events during the year to inform about the danger of the airbase for the humans and the environment. This year we had planned an action week for July around the airbase with a peace camp and workshops and a peace concert. And we have to move it to the internet because all events were prohibited due to Corona. And we planned afterwards offline actions in September in Berlin to address our demands for closing the airbase directly to the government. But also due to Corona conditions, we have to hold these events as hybrid, like our No Bases meeting, and online, like the public evening event this evening with Ohne Schmalz, the journalists and others. We will live stream. Air Base Ramstein is responsible for the drone wars because all signals from the drone pilots in the USA are routed through the relay station in Ramstein with the drones which are killing people in the Middle East and Africa. The German government do nothing against or to prevent this illegal war going out from German soil. Instead, they now want to arm their drones leased by Israel allegedly to protect German soldiers, but this is only for the talks. They are not really possible to protect because drones killing mostly civilians and cannot protect anyone. And therefore our demands are clear: no drone wars and stop the armament of drones in Germany. And we have to take care that militarization does not expand in shadow of the Corona pandemic. It is unacceptable that in Corona aid packages, the arms industry is classified as systematically relevant and rescued by the health sector continues to suffer by privatization and inadequate working conditions. And also, NATO is using the pandemic to increase militarization. Nowadays, the press conferences of NATO are live streamed and visible for everyone. Next week is a live stream on NATO's webpage and Facebook page. Security implications of climate change, NATO Secretary General's conversation with students from 10 universities. co-organized by the University of Copenhagen and NATO's Public Diplomacy Division, and will connect it with the Charleston University in Canada, the University of Copenhagen in Denmark, Baltic Defense College Estonia, the Pieten, France, Heidelberg University in Germany, Luis Guido Charlie University in Italy, University of Warsaw, Poland, University Deusto, Spain, University of Exeter, United Kingdom, and Georgetown University in the USA. And I think we have to be take care that this will not drive more militarization also in the university and the science. We have to overcome this war logic to research and scientists for peace and not for war. Not for war logics. Thank you. And now I will hand over to
yes, oh, no problem.
Introduce yourself.
Yes, I will introduce myself. Everybody, my name is Heinz Bierbaum. I'm the party of the European Left. And as Kristine said at the beginning, the party of the European Left is supporting the campaign Stopp Air Base Ramstein. And we are supporting this international conference, No to War, No to NATO, and I'm personally also pleased to participate in this conference. The Party of the European Left is committed to disarmament and peace, and we are clearly against the militarization of the European Union, and in particular, the opposition in a clear so-called ESCO program, and it was alarming that the militarization of the Union is increasing. We are against military budget of the European Union. Recently, we discussed and approved a platform with the title "The Corona Crisis and the Consequences of European Politics." With this document, we want to show how to get out of the Corona crisis in a social way. And also in this document, we focus on peace. It's really a very important element. It's written in our document, the unconditional commitment to peace and disarmament is one of the essential elements of the politics of the The coronavirus emergency should be taken as an opportunity to put disarmament and peace back in the center of policy making. I think that's really the case. It's really time to make more efforts concerning peace and disarmament as a major subject of policy making. Military spending must be reduced considerably in favor of healthcare and meeting social needs. It's time for an initiative for a new policy. The war maneuver, the military exercise Defender, was stopped by the Corona crisis outbreak, but it has not been cancelled. It's still very worrying. Therefore, we must continue and intensify our resistance against those dangerous military exercises. NATO, and therefore the title of this conference, No to NATO. NATO is not an organization defending the interest of Europe. With its aggressive activities, it is a dangerous organization, and NATO has therefore to be solved in favor of a new military system which also includes Russia. I think that's very important that we take this opportunity, the Corona crisis, for an initiative, for a new policy front, also criticizing NATO because it was really a very dangerous exercise called Defender 2020, and I think it's not ended and continue resistance. And I'm continuing with because we are, in my opinion, we are facing really a very, very difficult situation. We are facing a deep, profound, multiple crisis, an economic and ecological, social and also a political crisis worldwide. And this crisis was not caused by the COVID-19 virus. This crisis existed already before, but the Corona crisis, the pandemic, even crisis. I think in this situation, and commitment, peace and disarmament, and all the efforts to promote disarmament and peace is more necessary than ever, because we are facing a very dangerous. And this dangerous situation, I think, we have to do more. And I think it's also very important to see that fighting militarization means also fighting climate change, because against militarization and the fight against climate change are connected with each other. Therefore, I think it's not only a matter of peace and disarmament, it's also concerning ecological challenges. It's related also to the program of ecological transformation. And therefore, I think it's really in this situation where we see the failure of the neoliberal policy. It's very important to take new initiatives. When I came in Friedrichstraße, a small manifestation of Fridays for Future, and I think the movement for peace, Fridays for Future, they should cooperate, they should act together. I think it's linked to each other, and therefore it's really very important. And I think this fourth national conference, No to War, No to NATO, is a very important part of strengthening the worldwide peace movement. And I wish us all a very good conference. Thank you.
Thank you.